And welcome back, my name is Dave, and today we have Good Charlotte. Now this is the punk rock band from, I was joking, sorry. No, it's just a bit funny, I just thought I'd do some different starts. Heartbreak Ridge is today's recommended film. If you want me to do a CD review, music review, band review, I'm happy to do that. Let me know in the comments and I'll put a few of those up. Clint Eastwood, this is a Clint Eastwood collection. It's a really nice film actually, it's a bit like, no it's not a bit like anything really. But Clint Eastwood is about, later on, in about the 50s I suppose, and he's a commander, sergeant. Basically Clint Eastwood stars as a sergeant called Gunnery, and he must train these sort of soldiers to go into combat. Of course it's his last, would be his last sort of training and last bit of combat before he retires, which is a shame really. Not retire actor, I mean retires from being a sergeant, because he feels like he's coming to the end of his era now and he's needing to be taken over by someone else, which is quite nice of him. So he gets this good old grunt like he usually does, doesn't he? He muffles his voice, quite a strong performance. It's very Clint Eastwood. It's very him. Okay, he does keep up the feeling of the sergeant by running along with these troops and getting them to sing. He puts the big old chuck the kid out the window sort of job, pushes them around a bit, beefs them up a bit, makes them work for their life. It's I really quite enjoy this film, just the way it's filmed, the way it's Eastwood. I quite enjoy his films. Okay, he may seem a bit over the top sometimes and maybe a bit to himself, but when he directs, when he acts, he's consistent, let's put it that way. Other people sort of have their moments where they sort of try, if they act in and get one look, and when they direct they have another look. If they act and direct they think, oh yeah, I'm the best thing. Well, Eastwood just keeps consistent, which is quite nice. So he is him, whether he directs, acts or does both. In the film he has issues with his salty ex-wife. She's always bullying him and pushing him for stuff and trying to get in his way, where he just wants to seem to let go and she just seems not want to let go, and it gets a little bit too much at times, but no, it does work in the film. He's trying to move on with his life and she doesn't want to let him, basically. So, and later on in the film where they sort of go to do the last bit of combat, Eastwood, it doesn't seem like it's combat, but Eastwood sort of like does this little bit in the film and it's quite nice, and does this little bit of shooting and a bit of pushing around again, but it doesn't feel like it's combat. It seems to be like it's training. You don't get that almost separation, as it were, in the same location to do the training, the boot camp and the combat. It just seems a bit odd. It seems a bit easy, as it were, as well. When they got to take the hill, a few bunkers, kill a few soldiers, it doesn't seem that difficult. It just seems rather simple to me, and I just wish it was done a bit more something. It lacks the explosions, the gunfights as such, the hand-to-hand combat. It just seems to be a bit more something, I believe. But it's filmed quite nicely and I do quite like it. So maybe because it's quite simple, I'm not sure. But the box is quite different actually. It's one of these ones that pop off the side. I don't understand why. There's like it's cardboard and plastic. I find it a bit of a strange concept for a case, but yeah, it's very thin. But no, the case is very nice, very pretty looking case, and inside it's got the scene selection, and there's a lot of scene selection, and the disc. So the disc is a different colour to the front of the, no, the disc is exactly the same to the front, just ignore me. It's because it's got the black box around the outside. Pure entertainment, Eastwood, best performance since Dirty Harry, says Mike Clark of USA Today. Well done, Mike Clark. Just the sort of sequence we need to read. There are no wars to fight, but Gunnery Sergeant Tom Highway, a dog-faced relic of past wars, still has a lot of fight in him. Besides playing Gunnery, Eastwood also directs and produced the tale of Marine Corps lifer who started his last tour of duty before retirement. Sees the bumpy road his life has taken become more complicated due to feisty recruitments and by the book officers and the salty ex-wife to whom he's so attracted. Take the Ridge, Heartbreak Ridge, and get a vivid, rough and ready entertainment for the top artists in top form. A couple of special features, a trailer, interactive menus. I don't call a special feature interactive menus a feature, whichever way that sentence goes works. I just think it's a standard thing. I don't know why that's making something for, but there we go, never mind. And scene access, again it's the scene access, but it does alright I suppose. But the best thing is the trailer, because you get to see what the trailer's like back in the day. It's not been imposed or impressed or updated, or I believe it looks like what it looks like. And this film's back from 1996, so 1996, so it's 12 years ago if you were watching this, and just over 12 years in 2019, so depends when they made it really, isn't it? You say, well, it's 12 years, you say it's 13 years now in 2019, but you know, doesn't matter. Yeah, I quite like this film. It's a very nice film, very simple. Case is nice, the orange. I got no more of the collection of this style, so I'm afraid it's one and only for me, so there we go, never mind. But yeah, so I'm going to leave here, so thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.